Hey guys, it's Sara Oehler here with our weekly, now for a few weeks, Softlex Company Live Design Challenge. So today I'm really excited because we're going to be working with a partner company that I just met at CHA in January here in Phoenix. Their main company is named Pulsar, but the section that's doing some jewelry-oriented products is called Birds Design. And you can find them on Facebook. I actually linked to them right from the video. So I want you guys to definitely check them out. So if you've never seen a live design challenge, which there's always new viewers every single time, I'm going to be opening up a package from this company. They have an assortment of products inside. I have no idea what's inside it. When I open it, we are going to make something here on the spot, hopefully. So this is truly a challenge because I've never worked with their products, and their products are really different than my normal beading repertoire. So this is gonna definitely be a show to watch because I have no idea what's gonna happen. But I do have a couple things that I wanted to go over before we get started. Today is the last day for a contest that's being run on Etsy that Cynthia Thornton from Green Girl Studios has been participating in. She's trying to win the contest in order to get some money to buy some new equipment. I've been a great fan of Green Girl Studios for many, many years. I use lots of their pieces in my work. It's a family-run business. They're really wonderful people. So Kristen's going to post a link to where you can go, and it's really easy to vote. You just click the button to vote. And this is the very last day today, Thursday, April 6th, right? That's the date today, right, guys? So today's the very last day by midnight Eastern time. So if you guys could just do that for me when you get a chance, click that link and make sure you vote for her. I would really appreciate it. That's a great way just to show our support as a beading community for all the work that Cynthia does, and she really brings to the table some very unique components that I know a lot of you love to use, and I definitely love to use too. So if you guys could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. And Thomas, if Kristen's not on here, if you could just click over to her and make sure she knows I need her to post that link, that would really help me out. Hey Thomas, hey Lydia. Thomas is one of our soft flexers. You've probably seen him if you've ever seen us at a trade show. He's our trade show coordinator. Oh great, there's the link. So that's the one I want you to pay attention to. And again, by midnight tonight Eastern time, April 6th, Thursday. After that, it doesn't matter. So definitely do it today. And yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about Pulsar as we get started here. You can see their products at www.pulsarproducts.com. Again, I met them for the first time at CHA. They have a product line that is about cross-stitching, but it also gears into jewelry. And I thought it was just so interesting and, you know, something I definitely hadn't seen before or thought about before, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. Now, the crossover with Softlex, I'm not sure what that's going to look like because I've never used it before myself. So I don't know exactly what's in the box or how this will turn out, but I'm kind of excited to give it a look. And I had pulled out, I guess it's not over here. Hopefully they have some information in the box where I can kind of show you more about the products. But I wanted to, before we open the box, to give a little more insight of who Pulsar is. They are an innovative craft company currently taking the craft world by storm. They have assembled the best creative minds in the business, and they have been developing new products and programs for over 20 years, and their sourcing and design is second to none. Look for them at your local craft store in categories that range from scrapbooking to card making and kids crafts, as well as jewelry. They also dabble in creative kits for specialty markets and develop made-to-order programs for companies all over the world. So this is not a company where you'll go to their website and you'll buy the products. This is a company that is wholesaling these products to a lot of your favorite local craft stores, and that's where you're going to see their items, but you can learn about them by going to their website. So I've got my box, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start opening it, but I'm going to switch you guys around so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit more clearly. So just give me a second. I got a new little tabletop stand here to make the transition hopefully go a little bit more smoothly than usual, but we'll see. You never know. You know me and technology. It's always a test how it's going to work. Yes, it should be. Let's see. Kim says this link is a direct path to vote for the person you want us to vote for. Just need to be sure. Yes, it should be Cynthia Thornton from Green Girl Studios is who you're looking for. And I assume that I assume that went straight to her. If it didn't, Kristen can take a look and see if she can find the right one. But I think that went right to her. Okay, and I'd really appreciate that, Kim. Thank you for giving Cynthia a vote. She really, and if you get a chance, go check out their products too. They're Green Girl Studios. They have a website. I think they sell on Etsy, but they also sell in lots of your favorite stores, you know, art beads and fusion beads and probably your local bead store. They have a lot of really great stuff. Okay, so here we go. Hello, Sarah. Thank you for your interest in using our products on your blog. I've included several different items for you to experiment and play with, and we are very excited to see your creations. To make this the most positive experience, here are a few requirements we'd like to have you include in your blog. So there's a few things that they listed for me here. You can buy their items at Joann Fabrics and Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to let you know about their social media sites. They have a Facebook page, 3 Birds Design, which I linked to. Twitter, 3 Birds Design, or 3 Birds Tweet. Oh, that's cute. And Instagram, 3 Birds Design. So, and they just want us to send over the video and pictures and articles so that they can post it after. No problem. And let's see, so that's all from Gina Anders, who is the project manager over there. And Gina, are you here today too? Definitely check in and let me know you're here when you get a chance. Let's see, Anne says it's not clickable for me. Kristen, can you, it looks like you're fixing that. The link one more time to vote for Cynthia, okay? So the link should be working, hopefully, and you guys can hop over there and vote for Cynthia when you get a chance. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. We've got some cross-stitch stuff. We've got a cool bracelet. So I guess I should do one at a time because you guys have never experienced this before. So this is like a whole little set, and you can see it's sort of like a little embroidery hoop, but it's tiny. It's a miniature version. And you can see that the on the back end there's designs actually listed on the kit itself. Let's see. Kim, doesn't look like the vote button is registering. Oh, I'm so sad that that's not working. I don't know why it wouldn't work because I know it was still running through to the end of today. At any rate, I'll check it out after the show and I'll repost the link again and see what happened. Okay, so we've got our cross-stitch kit, and here we've got another version, and this looks like it's more of a keepsake display, so it's a little bit larger, not really a jewelry making item per se, and it has a little stand that goes with it, and then there's some ideas for how you could cross-stitch that. And then we've got this really awesome leather bracelet, which looks like something could be kind of cool with soft flex. So I'll be looking at that a little bit more closely. It says it's a 2-piece vegan leather bracelet, which makes 1. Choose from 3 designs. They have designs if you're using just regular threads for cross stitching. So again, I have never done this, so I'm blown away about what I'm gonna do here. This definitely could be something I could use, I bet, with soft flex. So here we go. We've got another little necklace, and I did do something sort of similar as their Make It Take It there at CHA, where you actually use the needle and you cross stitch this little pendant up, which could be cute, you know, as your pendant, and then you can hang it from Soft Flex too. That blue looks pretty similar to our Soft Flex turquoise. So, but I think I really want to try using the wire in the holes to see what we can do. So let's leave that out as a project idea. Oh, and then there's like a pink one. Same similar concept. What do you guys think of these? Aren't they kind of cool? Like the idea that you can make these sort of old-fashioned cross-stitched items in your jewelry. I just thought this was so neat when I saw it at CHA. And definitely, you know, when I see things like this, I think about all the different ways I could connect Soft Flex to it. So I'm pretty jazzed about getting to try. Here's another larger one. This looks like a picture frame where you can cross stitch around the outside. So that's super cute. And then it has some ideas on the back for how you can actually use those. And again, they've only really experimented with the thread, so this is kind of a brand new thing for them as well. Oh, Kim, I'm glad you got to vote. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. Oh, and this one's actually a vegan leather journal. And that has some really cool designs. Look at, my daughter would love that unicorn. Let's take this out so we can just kind of take a closer look. How cool. So again, this is like something you would find at a Joann or a Hobby Lobby. And this comes fully with all the kit. So you've got your needles, your thread, your little thread guy to help you get the thread onto the needles. And then look at this cool journal. And you're just cross stitching into the cover to make something really special. And then you can just make all your little notes on the inside. So cute. I love that. Okay, so let's put these cool things aside and let's make something jewelry related. So I was thinking about, I want to make sure first that medium fits through here. I was thinking about how this would loop really neat in a really neat fashion, like to have little dangles hanging off the bottom. So I kind of want to start with that, and then we can go from there and see what else we need to do here. And I'm just going to get rid of this box, locate my crimps. How's everybody doing today? You guys are so quiet. I think this is an unusual product for you guys even to see. So I'm using our medium Soft Flex in the 0.019 diameter. It's the all-purpose diameter, so it's the one that I use the most frequently. It's also the one that comes in the largest color assortment, so that's nice too. So I'm going to go ahead and string a 2x2 crimp tube onto the wire. And I'm just using a silver filled crimp tube. It's manufactured by Soft Flex. They are seamless and they're really strong. So they're great for making really strong connections. That's a little bit less important in what I'm doing today, but still nice to know anytime you're using it on like a clasp or anywhere where it's going to get a lot of wear and tear, you're going to want to be careful. Okay, so I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to go into the crimp tube. Carmen, I'm sorry to hear that you have a headache. You might have to come back and watch it later. So I'm just creating sort of like a little jump ring is what I usually call them. In this case, I kind of wanted to have a little weight at the bottom, so what I think I'll do is I'll use the regular crimping pliers And then I can add a crimp cover, and that should give it just a little more weight, which I think will be kind of cool. Oops, regular, guys. So we have lots of tutorials on our YouTube page about using crimping pliers, but just for a brief rundown, they are really easy to use. There's 2 holes, and the bottom hole sort of has like a little tooth in it. The top hole, or the hole on the left, is round. So I'm going to use the first hole and make a little divot in my crimp tube. And then I'm going to switch to the top rounder and round it in. And then I'll just trim off my excess wire. I was thinking today as I was setting up, I was thinking about how these 2 really unusual colors, oh, I can get in closer than that with these cutters, how these 2 really unusual colors look so cool together. Don't you think those are kind of cool colors together for summer? I saw them in my box right next to each other, and I thought, oh, I don't think I've ever used those colors together, but they really pop. They're really pretty. So I think I'm going to try to incorporate some of that yellow in here today. And we'll just get a bunch of crimp covers out too. I like to use the chain nose pliers to add my crimp covers, which if you're not a big jewelry maker, that's just like a tapered plier. It has, you know, kind of a thinner tip, tapers to a thicker base. Easy to grab onto things with it. So I like to face my crimp cover in towards my hand, pinch it down with my thumb, and then I use my plier to really grab onto that. And then I can just slide it over the top of wherever I'm putting it. And then I like to actually pinch the 2 sides together. And I think the crimp cover will give it just a little more weight and almost kind of like a little bit more of a ability to jingle than if I use the magical crimpers this time. So let's try a yellow one from the next one. Let's see. I also wanted to kind of weave through and see what that would be like with the soft flex. This is all just you know, going to be experimenting today because I have never used this product before, so I don't even know exactly what is or isn't going to work. I'm going to slide my crimp tube on and come back around again. And I don't know if I'll make it the same size or maybe a little bigger. We could graduate them a little bit. Kind of like the idea of them graduating. I don't know, what do you guys think? Yeah, you like the yellow, Kristen? Maybe we'll keep them the same size this time, and we'll do graduating on a different day here. So that's a pretty similar size, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and crimp again. And same process as before. Anybody that's new, you can check out crimping on our YouTube page. If you like really straight tutorials, you know, the design challenges are sort of a windy path because I don't even know what's going to happen. If you really like a straight tutorial, definitely do check out our YouTube page and subscribe there. We add regular videos, and they're typically just straight up tutorials where I've planned out the project. The design challenges are more of a challenge because I really don't know. We have one coming up with the folks at Swarovski, and I was talking to the main gentleman there yesterday about it, and he, you know, asked if I wanted to know what was inside the box, and I said no, I really don't want to know. And he said, oh, I didn't know if it was just sort of a facade or if you really didn't know. And I said, no, I really, I really do not know what's in the box, and that sort of makes it exciting and challenging and fun for me too. So if any of you are wondering out there if I peek or if they tell me ahead of time, I really ask that the vendors don't tell me ahead of time. You know, sometimes I might have a little bit of an idea just because they're doing a new product launch or something like that, but I try not to think too deeply about it until I'm in the middle. So do we want to do every other? I feel like that might be a little busy if we do every other. No, I guess we can keep going and see what it ends up looking like in the end, since we're just sort of playing around. And I have a few more here that I can fidget with after the live show too, so I could take some photos of them and see how this could all work together. So I'm going to snip, snip. And go ahead and add that crimp cover. So it has been a busy week here. You know, some of you have probably noticed Kristen Fagan, my coworker, and I are writing a book in our personal time, a jewelry making book. And we have our beauty shots tomorrow. So we are sort of at that tail end where you've designed everything for the most part, but you're just doing some final touches and getting ready for the photos, and then we'll be on to the next phase. And I'm just looking forward to sharing it with you guys, because I think a lot of you are going to really like the content of it. There's a lot of really fun, cool projects. Rochelle says, it's so much fun watching you open each new challenge box. I missed last week, but it was just as much fun watching you open everything when I watched the video later. That's so nice to hear, Rochelle. I really enjoy doing it, so it is a win-win for both of us. It is one of my favorite things to do, favorite parts of my job. But I really love making stuff, and I love being able to talk with other people who love making stuff too. So it's just really the highlight of my week anytime I get to do a design challenge. And it's fun to see all the new products and, you know, get to play with them and share with you, so you guys can take a look at them and see if they fit into what you're doing with your design work. You know, I come across so many amazing companies. It's nice I get to share a little bit of that with all of you. Hi, Cheryl from Evergreen, Colorado. What a neat discovery box. Yeah, this is really cool. I don't know if all of you guys got to see it. Some of you are probably just joining us now, but there's things like this leather booklet where you can cross stitch, I don't know where the back for that one went, where you can cross stitch onto the cover, and then there's like a photo frame. There's a really cool bracelet, which I'd also like to do some things with if I get a chance. And I really liked this too. I think this could be really cool for a lot of you out there to do these little cross stitch pendants. I think they're just super cute. Okay, so back to what I'm doing here. We're going to keep moving forward. I'm on a blue and turquoise blue here. So my good friend Nilay Patel just came out with a new book. It is called Jewelry Made with Wire and Fiber. He used our Softflex craft wire in it. So we're really pretty excited about that, but we're mostly just excited for Nilay because it's really a big project for him in that he not only designed the projects, he designed the entire book. So I'll be doing a video just about that next Thursday, here again at 1 p.m. same time, same place. And I hope you guys will join me. I also recorded a YouTube video about it, so if you get a chance, you can take a look at that. Next week, I'll actually be making some things with the fiber cord, which is also going to be a real challenge for me because it's a product I have never worked with whatsoever, and I'm going to try to not do much with it until the live show. So hopefully you can join me for that. In the meantime, check it out on YouTube. And we're taking pre-orders on his book for just the next 2 weeks. I think it's April 16th is the cutoff date. And then we'll be shipping them at the beginning of May. It's really that new that we don't even have them in the warehouse yet. So I hope you guys will check those out too. Let's see, Rochelle says, I get new ideas with each new challenge, and I love watching Sarah's creativity in action. You're so sweet, Rochelle. Thank you. It's fun to watch somebody else do something because we all are unique and think differently. And you can get like all sorts of neat tips and ideas and thoughts when you get a chance to see someone else's creative process. So I'm glad I get to share that with you guys. Okay, so let's do another. So these little jump rings are super handy for lots of different things. Sometimes I'll hang like charms off of them. Sometimes I'll use them to connect things. And they're really strong, and it's a closed jump ring. You know, a lot of times if you use just your typical metal jump rings, they'll be open and things can kind of slide off or move around. But when you make a Softflex jump ring, it's nice and strong and sturdy, and you can do it in lots of fun colors, which I think is one of my favorite parts. And yeah, they're pretty cool. Very versatile. It's one of those things that once you know you can do it, it's really helpful in a lot of different situations. And you want to always have like a really good pair of cutters though, because you want to get in as close as you can between that crimp and the wire, sliding that cutter in, you know, as much as possible. And I'm going to take my crimp cover, cover that up. So I used a 2x2 crimp tube. I'm using 3mm crimp covers. And you're always going to sort of get 1mm bigger than what your crimp tube is. So if you were using a 3x3 crimp tube, you'd use a 4mm crimp cover. It's another useful piece of information to know. And we're going to go... I'm wondering, I want to check too, can I fit in these guys twice? Oh yeah, I can. So I could almost do a blue and a yellow on each one. I won't do that while you guys are sitting here, but that's kind of an interesting idea to have blue and yellow from each dangle. And I like it starting to sort of jiggle. I don't know if you guys can really hear that very well, but I always like little jingle noises. In my jewelry. I don't know, it just like sort of warms my heart a little bit. I don't know if it reminds me of Christmas or I don't know, who knows. But I like when stuff can hit more than one sense. You're not just looking at it, you hear it too. Okay. And we're gonna crimp that guy down. Thanks, Kristen. Yeah, Kristen was at CHA with me, and we both were like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. So neat. Get my crimp cover. I think I'm using silver filled crimp covers too. You guys, don't be scared of silver filled. You know, if it's just really a nice material. Now sterling silver has kind of come down in price, so it's not as big of a necessity as it was at one point, but sterling silver does skyrocket from time to time, and how nice that we have this wonderful option of silver filled, you know, when we need it. It still works really nicely. It's actually a little bit, seems a little bit tougher, probably because it is harder metal, but it's actually really quite nice. Get my crimp tube on and go through my next. And then I think we're going to do, maybe even try doing a little cross stitching with the soft flux. I don't know how that will go, but let's see what it's like. And how it would work, and then we can kind of go from there. You could totally use these to hang charms off the bottom of this guy if you wanted to, like, really, or like one big charm in the center could be cool. I could see like a vintage or vintage material kind of hanging down from here from the bottom. That would be really cute. What are you guys thinking about this yellow? Would you use the yellow soft wax? It's definitely, I mean, I can clearly say it's not one of our top selling colors. You know, yellow is an acquired taste usually. But it's actually a really pretty color, especially when it's paired with some of the other, like it looks really pretty with the bone. I have some of that over here too. The yellow and the bone look really pretty together, and then I really like the turquoise that I'm using this time. Brenna says, cool so far, can't wait to see the finished product. Oh, me too. Me too. So this is what we're looking at so far. I got one more hole on this side, and then we're going to start maybe using some soft flex to see if we can create a pattern here of some sort. Like, this is something you just couldn't do with thread, you know? I mean, you can do the cross-stitching portion with the thread for sure, but this is kind of a cool thing that you can do specifically with soft flex on here that I think will make it just a little bit more special. Okay, I'm going to do this very last tube here. And anybody have any big plans this weekend? Guy said we'll be doing pictures for our book, so I'm pretty excited about that. I also just I just set up like 13 new classes in the Bay Area for the summer, spread over the time that I'll be visiting there. So I'll be posting some information about that too. There's going to be classes at Venetian Bead Shop in Santa Clara. There's going to be classes at Just Beat It in Concord, and Blue Door Beads in Oakland, and then Softflex Company, of course. In their gallery, we're going to have the gallery open on a Saturday in Sonoma. So I've got a busy summer ahead. So there we go. That's what that looks like so far. Hey Kim, thanks for joining us. We're working with these cool little cross stitch guys that I just opened up. And normally you'd use thread, but I'm doing some things with soft flex to see what it's like. So Dora says, that's different. Yeah, I know. I'm not hurrying along, kind of doing my own thing here. So we have I have no idea what length of wire to use. And I could probably knot it or crimp it to finish it off. So let's just see what happens here. If I just start going and don't think too much about it. And I can always fix it or do something different. Well, we want our guys to hang nicely, so let's fix that. Fix it or do something different later on with one of the other guys too. So since it is a cross stitch, like maybe we'll do a row of cross stitches up here with the soft flex. And do any of you do any cross stitch, or have you done any cross stitch in your lives? I know when I was a little girl, I used to love to do cross stitch. I thought it was really cool. I made a couple things for my mom and my grandmother. So I'm just weaving in and out, hoping my pattern will work out here. I'm thinking it will. It looks like it will. And then I'll do the second row with the yellow. Oh, maybe it isn't going to work because I'm actually going, of course. Okay, so let me back out. I need to go every single one like they do on the thing. I feel like this is what you did when we were practicing this, Kristen, at CHA with the thread. But I need to do every single one, so we'll just come back over to here, and then I can go in between these guys here. This is definitely not one of my more fast-paced shows. Let's see, Rochelle says, I embroidered with my grandmother and did needlepoint when I was younger. Oh, that's nice. I think this is like one of those things that could really make like a strong comeback. I mean, I think it's probably, some people probably still definitely do it, but you don't see like a lot of people out cross-stitching. But I remember being really satisfied with it, like I am with jewelry, and that I could sit down and really kind of complete a project fairly quickly. Sometimes I get, I have a hard time if I can't complete something entirely in one sitting. So I feel like it could be something I could definitely get back into, especially in this small format of doing like a picture frame or a pendant. Well, I like how the soft flex is looking in it because it, and I'll have to do one, I have one with thread actually. I should have grabbed that out that I did at CHA, but I'll have to show you guys kind of the difference. It just has like a different, really different look to it. Than when you do it with the thread. It feels kind of cool. Definitely a more modern, this is sort of modernizing the idea of cross stitch when you're doing it with soft flex. You could also add beads. You could definitely do like a bead between each stitch, which I think would be kind of cool. Maybe on the second one I'll add beads and see what that kind of looks like. But I'll probably do that off camera because I know this is a lot of cross stitching here. So I'm going to do the second row in yellow, I think. I'm still not certain how I'm going to do the back, with the wire. I might just crimp it straight because you don't look at the back anyway. Yeah, so I might do that. We'll see. So this is what we've got so far. What are you guys thinking so far? So I think we'll do yellow and then blue and then yellow. and just kind of see how that ends up turning out. So let me go ahead and clip this off, and we'll go ahead and do a crimp in the back here. So we just get that sort of taken care of and out of the way. So I'm just going to do a crimp in one, crimp in the other, and then I'll just pull it straight together and sort of crimp somewhere in the middle using those same pliers. And I'm just going to pull this up so I can pull the wire tight. There we go. And then I can just sort of there we go. And I just cut off my extra wire. If you wanted to, you could definitely knot it pretty easily on either side. I like crimping. I just find it easy to do. And then when you flip it over, you got the start. And we're just going to do a couple more rows, and then we've got our cool pendant. Cheryl says looking good. Dora says awesome. Rochelle says cute. Nice. Okay, so let's do one more row here with the yellow this time, and I'm going to wind up my blue so I don't get it all tangled up here. Get some of these little guys out of the way here. Okay, so let's start with our yellow. I didn't see anybody offering to use yellow in their designs, but I totally understand. It is like one of the brighter colors. Maybe we'll just do yellow down here. Let's see, there, 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 and there. That way we don't have to cross over into that one again. So I'll just pull a good length through that I think will be plenty to stitch this up. The nice thing about Softlex too is you don't need a needle. It's like a needle itself because it's stainless steel. For any of you out there that haven't encountered our product, this particular one is 49 strands of stainless steel braided together. And then it's coated in a beautiful color nylon coating. It comes in tons and tons of different colors. So right now I'm using our turquoise and our yellow, but there's lots of other colors too. Pinks and blues and greens and tons of different colors. It also isn't going to lose that color at all. Since the color is right in the nylon, it'll always stay this sort of bright yellow or turquoise color. It doesn't fade or come off or any of that junk that can happen with color coatings. And I'm just making sure I'm in the right space for this. I don't want it to pull funny once I get this guy crisscrossed. And here we go. And Thomas is working on picking the winner from last week's giveaway. So hopefully by the end of today we should have a winner announced for those really awesome glasses that Santa Fe Jeweler Supply was offering. So keep your eye out for that. If you commented, you were entered to win. Okay, so we're just going to do another snip, and we'll crimp it on the back side again. This is a little weird how it pulled inside there. I don't know why it did that. So let's just back that out of there. And Take our crimp tubes in both directions, our wire in both directions through the crimp tube. Pull that down tight in the center again, as tight as we can get it. And get my crimp on there. And I am just going to pull this tight. And then crimp that down. I'll let you know if this bothers me. I could have even, and you know, in hindsight's always 20/20, I could have even taken the wire through the center so that it stayed down a little bit further instead of popping out quite so much. Even though it's not going to show, you also don't want it to bother you. So it's probably what I would do in the future is take the wire through some of these center wires and then make sure that I crimp it down. Okay, so there we go. We have got a pendant. Let's see. Suzanne said it's looking good. Probably not a color I personally would choose unless I had the beads to complement it. Yeah, that makes sense. I think once I put it in a design, though, I think it could look really cute. And Thomas is almost there. Kristen says, would be cute with a spring dress. Yeah, and I think it would even be cute just hanging from a chain. I'd probably pick a silver chain now that I did all these little silver crimp tubes. But I'll probably post a picture like that, and then maybe I'll think about some beads that I could even put with it. But I know yellow is not like everyone's favorite color. But I really loved the yellow and the blue together today, and I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, actually. I think it's really, really cute. And I'll post the picture with the thread, trying to get up so you guys can see how the soft flex sort of looks with this, but it definitely has sort of a different look, just because the material is so different from thread. Even though it kind of behaves like a thread, it still has just such different qualities than thread. So yeah, I think that'll be probably my only project for today. I'm going to play around a little bit more with this leather bracelet, but it's definitely kind of a tedious thing to watch, cross-stitching. So I thank all of you guys for sticking with me on that. Kim says, had to step away. She said, I would try to color the form. Is it wood? It is wood, and I think you could probably paint it if you wanted to. Definitely. I'd be real surprised if it feels like just a regular wood that you could paint. Yeah, I kind of like this sort of birchy, like light color, but I bet it would look really neat painted as well. And I mean, Kristen, that's a great idea for you. Since you love to paint, you could probably paint some really cool images onto one of these guys and then do the cross stitching on top of that. Dora says yellow and blue beads. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to find the right combination of yellow and turquoise beads, but I think the yellow is maybe more of a highlight, and then, you know, I'd probably focus more in on the turquoise, which is, you know, always one of my favorite colors. Which will be highly, you'll be highly aware of that when you see the book Kristen and I are doing, because we both really love turquoise, so there's a lot of turquoise in the various projects. Oh yeah, Kristen pointed out you can always burn wood too, which can create different patterns and different coloring. Kristen, you're doing like a tea bag thing, and I don't quite understand what it is you're doing with all the tea bags that you saved, but are you dyeing things with it? I wonder if you could even dye the wood using like a material like that. Let's see, Shrill says, is the blank wooden or metal? Yes, you could definitely paint it if you wanted to, and it is a wood. This guy here is leather, so there are some items that they carry that are leather. Let's see if I can get this open so you guys can take a good look at this, since it's also sort of a jewelry product. And I almost think you could even probably paint this if you wanted to change the color. It's just a leather material, and then it just has snaps on the end where you can snap it together, and you can cross stitch it as well. And I was thinking about, you know, some interesting things for Softlex with this too. So I'll probably post that as a design at some point as well. Kim says you can stain it with inks or something. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You can do all of those things. You guys are right. So please, if you get a chance, do go to the link that we posted sometime today before midnight Eastern time and vote for Cynthia at Green Girl Studios. We have Nilay's new book. It just went up for pre-order. You can find all the details about it on our website, so www.softlexcompany.com. If you join me again next Thursday, I'm going to be making something with these wire fiber, or these fiber cords with wire. I've never used them before. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to look at them too closely, so it'll be an adventure again for sure. And also remember, we're doing $5 flat rate shipping on orders under $50, but it's free shipping on any order. Get you guys back here so I can see you. So definitely stop by our website. It's a great time to order that book because you can get that shipping price on it too, which is really helpful. And if you liked the video, please do like our Facebook page. And if you get a chance, you can review us on Facebook as well. There's a review button. We would love to see some reviews come in. And then finally, go to our YouTube page and subscribe because we have videos going up there on a regular basis. And I did just post one about Nilay's new beautiful book. And we'll talk all about that next week. I'm excited to show it to you guys a little bit more. So thanks for spending some time with me today, looking at these different items from Birds Design. Go check them out, like them on Facebook. And if you get a chance, pick up some of these cool little jewelry items that they have and give them a try and see what you can do with them. You know, we talked about all the different things you can actually do to the pendant itself, but, you know, the fun addition of beads and cross-stitching is kind of a neat idea. So I'll take a good picture of this so you guys can see it after the live show, and I really appreciate you tuning in and spending some time with me today. And just go stop by our website when you get a chance, www.softlexcompany.com. See you guys all later. Bye.